The first 28 days of life, the neonatal period, is the most vulnerable time for a child's survival. Now, Nemours Children's Health in Orlando has a new tool to make survival even more likely for even the most fragile NICU babies.
It's a critical upgrade to their helicopter. Bridget is standing by now to ask a doctor all about it.
Every year, 1 in 10 babies are born prematurely, and about 10 to 15% of all babies end up in the NICU. That's why the work of our local hospitals, the work that they're doing for these babies is so crucial, like the work being done at Nemours Children's Health. Joining us this morning, Dr. Marcella Escoto, the Transport Medical Director, and Carly Campbell, Director of Nursing and Ancillary Services. Thank you for joining me, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
So this morning, we're talking about a very special incubator that you're using for air transport. Can you explain what it is, how it works, and why it's a very important device that's exclusive?
Absolutely. So this device, it allows us to transport patients that are less than 5 kilos, which is about 10 pounds. What makes that population so specific is they're very hard to restrain safely if you need to emergently transport them, because sometimes they're coming out as small as half a pound. So we need to be able to maintain their temperature and their humidity to make sure their skin stays safe, and then have all of the specialized equipment that is small enough to safely transport them from wherever they are coming from.
And what makes it unique for our area?
So what makes it very unique for our area is that the Nemours Children's Health not only serves our own health system, it actually serves the community as well. We try and keep these tiny babies as close to home as we can, especially for their mothers, for mother and child bonding time. But when it does come necessary time to have increased care, then we have this apparatus or the isolette to be able to travel them over to Nemours.
Okay, so say you're at an area hospital, your baby's born prematurely, it may be transported in this fashion.
Yes.
Okay. About how many flights are happening? I mean, we have 1 in 10 premature births. So out of that, how often do you end up having to use
It could
this?
easily be from twice a day to about 10 times a week.
Yeah, I know we saw a helicopter. I had to go to Arnold Palmer, unfortunately, over the weekend with my daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's okay.
Okay, good.
But, we see the helicopters and, you just, your heart goes out because something like that could be happening. A preemie could be transported any time of day.
It's a great example because in neonatal transport, in the state of Florida, there's a lot of laws around who can safely transport a neonate. And so it really takes a lot of teams collaborating together. There's not a lot of teams in the state who can do it. And so when it comes time to transport these patients from all over the state, we come from the Panhandle all the way down to Miami. When it comes time, it really relies on a whole team of people. And so we work with a vendor for our aircraft, actually with Orlando Health, the air care team. So they help to transport us on the isolette. Again, what makes us different is that a lot of organizations will try to build hospitals within their own system and want to keep patients within their system. For us, what sets us apart is that we really go out and invest in these communities and embed ourselves with specialists, neonatologists, whatever we can do to build up the programs in local communities to keep those kiddos as close to home as possible. Especially with children, you need your village. And so if you don't have your village around you and you have to travel to Nemours, we want to do it in as quick and safe a manner as possible.
Yes, and we appreciate all you do. And when it comes to, the situation here with having a preemie, I know one of my dear friends had preemie twins, and just the healthcare, the level of healthcare available here is just amazing. And she, to this day, credits just the options that were here for her. If you have a premature baby, you're in really good hands in this area.
Absolutely. It doesn't only take a village to take care of your child outside of the hospital, but it also takes one to take care of it inside the hospital.
Yes. And so this was made possible by way of a grant, right, to get that incubator?
Yep. So a family, they're named the Millers, they saw a need and wanted to really invest in children's health care and impacting the ability of every child in the state of Florida to get care. So what I love about transport is that oftentimes people aren't trained to go on transport. They're not trained to go on the helicopter. They might be afraid to fly. Going in an ambulance seems terrifying. I get it. But what's great is that through donations, people can contribute to actually saving lives, because without this equipment, without the ambulances, without the isolettes, without this specialized, unfortunately very expensive equipment, it's really challenging to get out there and provide that care and to go out as far as we go. So thanks to the Millers, we were able to get this for our aircraft, that we can very quickly get to the babies that need us, and to the teams who have a baby that they may not be able to care for themselves. you have a provider or a nurse standing there saying, oh my goodness, that is very small. What
Right.
do I do with that? And so calling our team, and we can get there very, very quickly and from pretty far distances.
And you talked about how these incubators are specific to the types of transportation that they work with, and a lot of people don't even realize all that goes into the technology. How does that work?
So depending on what you're traveling by, the mode, if you're traveling by an ambulance, evidently we have more space. So you have more space to put a bigger isolette in there without taking any of the dimensions in place. But this particular isolette's very special because it goes into an aircraft. So it has to measure specific dimensions to be able to fit and have everything that we need attached to it to make sure we take this baby back home safely.
And that's the isolette is that clear.
It's a clear little, it's like what they call an incubator. The only difference thing is it's completely covered. It looks just like exactly when you go into an ICU. It's just a mobile one, if that's what you, but it's very specialized for that, and it has all of the things it needs to make sure the baby is transported safely.
And what are some of the most common issues you see with preemies and their average time of stay there in the NICU?
So the most common one is probably just because they're born so prematurely is that their lungs are not completely formed. So they definitely need more respiratory help throughout this, and probably average length of stay could be anywhere between a month to 2 months depending on how young they were born. So we try and average out if the baby was born at 28 weeks, an example, that they'll be home safely by the time they're full born, which is 40 weeks for them. So it's about a 10 to 12 week NICU stay, and sometimes depending on the complications it could be longer.
And what's amazing is that time that you're able to care for them the earlier they're born has been cut down over the years. I mean, it's really amazing.
The amount of support that we have and technology as it advances every day, it becomes shorter and shorter, and the amount of support that some of these premature babies need when they come out is astonishing. Kids are very resilient. That's one proof that we do have.
And in good hands, thanks to you ladies.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank
Back to you.